Good blessings, my brothers and sisters in this truth. All praises to the Most High. Through our Savior's name, let's get our sword out the mud. Brothers and sisters.
He calls you what you are before it happens. I don't feel blessed, healthy, favored. That's okay. Just get in agreement with God and He'll make things happen that you couldn't make happen. I talked to a young man that came from a small town in Mississippi. He got a scholarship to play soccer at a major university, but his dream was to play football. His junior year, he talked to the coaches about it. They allowed him to switch from soccer and he joined the football team. He was the kicker. He was thrilled to be on the team, but the coaches never gave him a chance. For 2 years, he sat the bench, never kicked a single field goal. At the end of his last college season, there was a scout day where coaches came from professional teams and they would look at the different players and ask them to work out so they could evaluate them. He was hoping he would get some good leads, but no one was interested in him. It looked like his days of playing football were over. Driving home from college, he turned the radio on and came across our Sirius XM channel. He heard me talking about how a shift is coming, how you're just one phone call away from your destiny, and how...
Brothers and sisters, Proverbs chapter 27, verse 1. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 1. Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring forth. Let another man praise you, and not your own mouth. Let another man praise you, and not your own mouth. Let another man praise you, and not your own mouth. A stranger, and not your own lips. A stranger, and not your own lips. My dear brothers and sisters. My dear brothers and sisters. We must not glorify ourselves with praise. My dear brothers and sisters. Let's get back to this. Joel Osteen.
Touch of God's favor can catapult you to the next level. When he heard that, something ignited in his spirit. He knew it. He turned the radio on and came across our Sirius XM channel. He heard me talking about how a shift is coming, how you're just one phone call away from your destiny, and how one touch of God's favor can catapult you to the next level. When he heard that, something ignited in his spirit. He knew it was for him. He got his cell phone out and made a 3-minute video telling people that he was going to play that year in the NFL. Most people thought that he had lost his mind. He had never kicked one field goal, had no track record, and you're going to play professional football? That doesn't make sense. He let that go in one ear and out the other. He started speaking victory. Father, thank you that opportunity is coming my way. Thank you that favor is causing me to stand out. He was setting his rudder in the right direction, prophesying his future. 4 hours after he made the video, he received a phone call from the kicking coach of the Cincinnati Bengals football team, inviting him to come try out for the team. He couldn't believe it. He had never spoken to the coach, never met him. He went to the camp, tried out. Against all odds, he made the team. He became the only African-American football kicker in the NFL at that time. When you speak victory over your life, God will open doors that no person can shut. He'll take you where you can't go on your own. The dreams he's put in your heart, the promises you're standing on, it's not enough to just believe them. That's important, but something happens when you speak. Angels go to work. Forces of darkness are broken. Good breaks come looking for you. What you're up against may seem permanent, just keep speaking victory. When the medical report is not good, keep speaking health. When business is slow, keep speaking abundance. When the addictions...
Brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters.
He went to the camp, tried out, against all odds, he made the team. He became the only African-American football kicker in the NFL.
Brothers and sisters, let's go to the book of James, chapter 4, verse 13. The book of James, chapter 4, verse 13. Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to such and such a city, spend a year there, buy and sell, and make a profit. Whereas you do not know what will happen tomorrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Most High wills, we shall live and do this or that. But now you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. Therefore, to him who knows to do good and does not do it, to him it is sin. Come now, you rich, weep and howl for your miseries that are coming upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver are corroded. Your gold and silver are corroded, and their corrosion will be a witness against you and will eat your flesh like fire. You have heaped up treasure in the last days. Indeed, the wages of the laborers who mowed your fields, which you kept back by fraud, cry out, and the cries of the reapers have reached the ears of the Most High of Sabbath. You have lived on the earth in pleasure and luxury. You have you have fattened your hearts as in a day of slaughter. You have fattened your hearts as in a day of slaughter. You have fattened your hearts as in a day of slaughter. My dear brothers and sisters, you have condemned. You have murdered the just. He does not resist you. Therefore, be patient, brethren, until the coming of our Savior. See how the farmer waits for the precious fruit of the earth, waiting patiently for it until it receives the early and the latter rain. You also be patient. Establish your hearts for the coming. For the coming of the Savior is at hand. Do not grumble against one another, brethren, lest you be condemned. Behold, the judge is standing at the door. My brethren, take the prophets who spoke in the name of the Most High as an example of suffering and patience. Indeed, We count them blessed who endure. You have heard of the perseverance of Job and seen the end intended by our Savior. That the Most High is very compassionate and merciful. My dear brothers and sisters. My dear brothers and sisters. So, once again, I just wanted to read all that through because I was feeling it, dear brothers and sisters. Just wanted to keep going a little bit, but the whole concept was about how Joe Osteen was promoting this guy who was boasting about his future. So, my dear brothers and sisters, we must comprehend that Satan transforms into an angel of light. My dear brothers and sisters, Satan, which is the adversary, transforms into an angel of light. Meaning we already know he's a liar and he is a deceiver. That spirit of Satan is the adversary against the Most High. My dear brothers and sisters. Let's go to bear with me, brothers and sisters. Bear with me, brothers and sisters. Okay, brothers and sisters, let's go to the book of John, chapter 9, verse 4. The book of John, chapter 9, verse 4. This is our Savior speaking. I must work. I must work. I must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. The night is coming when no one can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Okay, dear brothers and sisters. What does our Savior say? I must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. The night is coming when no one can work. Well, dear brothers and sisters, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 9. Verse 4. Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 4. But for him who is joined to all the living, there is hope. But for him who is joined to all the living, there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they will die. But the dead know nothing, and they have no more reward. For the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love, their hatred, and their envy have now perished. Nevermore will they have a share in anything done under the sun. And that goes just to touch on the doctrine of I would say the teaching of once someone dies, they're coming back to be punished. You know, you hear him say it really is reincarnation, but the doctrine is to decorate and try to stay away from the form, try to stay away from the word reincarnation. But the doctrine is really teaching reincarnation. Be aware of that teaching. That is not true. You get one life to live. Serve the Most High, or you serve man, you serve yourself, you serve the world. If you serve the Most High, your spirit will not be destroyed. You will have new bodies. When the time is come. But if you're wicked, you're destroyed. If you're wicked, you're going to be held in punishment, in darkness, in chains of punishment, until judgment, to be tormented and destroyed. My dear brothers and sisters, let's go to let's stay in John, and we just gonna end it. We're gonna wrap it up at at 9, verse 39. But just to touch on it, man, you gotta, just to touch on this, John chapter 9, verse 4, just so we're clear on it. You do everything that, all your work is for the Most High. All your work is for the Most High. So the day meaning while you are living. Okay? Because when the night is coming, that's death when no one can work. So you do what you're supposed to do now, and that's to do the work of the Most High. Our Savior says, I must work the works of him who sent me while it is day, because we don't know what's for tomorrow. We can't be arrogant and make plans and no. We every day we serve the Most High and we work for him, and he provides, my dear brothers and sisters. We must be patient and subtract ourselves from being pleasured and entertained by the world. My dear brothers and sisters. Our Savior said, I must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. The night is coming when no one can work. So, dear brothers and sisters, every day that you get, every second of life, you do the work of the Most High, because you don't know what's promised. You don't know what's promised to you the next day or the next hour. Only the Most High knows that. So what you need to do is to make sure that you are doing the work of the Most High, because of the uncertainty of what the future holds, and only the Most High knows that. So, dear brothers and sisters, we must subtract ourselves from the world to get you to worship the world subliminally, cunningly. Because the world wants to be your provider. The world wants to be your internet, get you stuck, so they can provide destruction and provide the worship of their agenda. So, dear brothers and sisters, no one knows how long they got. So do the work of the Most High right now. Our Savior knew he had a short time. Our Savior knew he had a short time. On this earth, in the flesh. So he did the will of the Most High who sent him, and that's to do the Most High's will until death. My dear brothers and sisters, I love you. Stay prayerful and keep your lamps filled with light. No. Let me leave you with chapter 9, verse. We in the book of John. The book of John, chapter 9, verse 39. The book of John, chapter 9, verse 39. And our Savior said, for judgment I have come into this world, that those who do not see may see, and that those who see may be made blind. Then some of the Pharisees who were with him heard these words and said to him, are we blind also? Hey, our Savior, like, if the shoe fit, wear it. You know the saying? Why you feeling guilty, Pharisees? But let's get back to this read. So, our Savior say, verse 41, our Savior said to them, if you were blind, you would have no sin. If you were blind, you would have no sin. But now you say, we see, therefore your sin remains. My dear brothers and sisters, Most assuredly I say to you, this is our Savior speaking to the Pharisees. Most assuredly I say to you, he who does not enter the sheepfold by the door, but climbs up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he who enters by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. Let me run that back. Most assuredly I say to you, he who does not enter the sheepfold by the door, but climbs up some other way. You know, that thief, right?